Welcome back. I'm Luna Celestine, and I'm honored to share this space with you today. What we're about to explore is not just a rare astronomical event. It's a quiet spiritual turning point. On April 25th, the Moon, Venus, and Saturn align in a way that's easy to overlook with the eyes, but impossible to ignore with the soul. If you've been feeling unsettled lately, like something deep within you is shifting or waiting to be understood, you're not imagining it. This isn't a coincidence. You've already been chosen to move through this energy, whether you realize it or not. This triple conjunction isn't here to entertain, it's here to awaken. And for Leo especially, this alignment touches something deeply personal, something connected to your heart, your legacy, and the way you carry both love and responsibility. In today's message, I'll walk you through exactly what this means for you emotionally, spiritually, and energetically, and why this moment may be more important than you realize. Let's begin. Let's take a closer look at what this rare triple conjunction is truly activating. Because although it may appear visually subtle, its energetic layers are anything but simple. The alignment between Venus, the Moon, and Saturn is not random. Each of these planetary forces is influencing a different aspect of your inner world, your desires, your emotions, and your foundation, and together they're working in quiet but undeniable harmony to initiate something deeper within you. We begin with Venus, often known as the planet of beauty, desire, and magnetism. But in this particular moment, Venus steps forward not as a muse, but as a mirror. She brings with her a test, one that many will face without realizing it. Over the course of this week, you may feel an intense pull towards something or someone that feels almost fated. It might come in the form of a sudden attraction, a craving, a moment of excitement or indulgence. It will feel thrilling, maybe even irresistible. And yet, right alongside that temptation, something quieter will appear, an opportunity or a person who offers not adrenaline, but peace. This is the essence of the Venus test. Will you choose the path that feels immediately gratifying, or will you recognize the value of what's real, even if it doesn't shout for your attention? More than anything, this is a lesson in energetic honesty, because Venus isn't just observing your choices. She's responding to the frequency behind them. This week, what you think, what you feel, and what you desire are being broadcast through your energy field more clearly than your words ever could. And that broadcast is attracting people, circumstances, and experiences that match you on a soul level. So the question becomes, are you broadcasting truth or performance? Next, we turn to the Moon, the keeper of memory, emotion, and the vast, often hidden territory of the heart. In this conjunction, the Moon acts like a spotlight turned inward, illuminating the parts of you that are usually kept quiet. If you've been feeling emotionally raw or unusually reflective, this is why. The Moon, in partnership with Venus, is helping bring forward all the unspoken layers, grief you thought you'd processed, longing you didn't know was still there, hope you hadn't dared to hold on to. She isn't trying to overwhelm you. She's trying to free you. This is a moment to stop managing your feelings and start listening to them. Beneath the surface of your daily life is a deeper emotional truth that's ready to be acknowledged. The Moon doesn't need you to fix it. She just asks that you witness it. Because what's rising now is not weakness. It's wisdom that's been waiting for space to breathe. And then, watching from the edge of this alignment is Saturn. Often misunderstood as the punisher or the strict teacher, Saturn is more nuanced than that. This week, he's not here to enforce rules. He's here to observe with depth. He's the quiet elder in the room, not grading your effort, but reading your integrity. Saturn wants to know, are you choosing from ego or from alignment? Are your decisions based on performance or rooted in your inner truth? This is not about getting everything right. In fact, Saturn has no interest in perfection. What he honors is authenticity. If your choices are messy but real, if they come from a place of honest reckoning, then Saturn will begin to build structure beneath them. He will stabilize what is true. But if you're still performing for approval or clinging to outdated stories, he'll wait, not to punish, but to allow time to do what only time can do, reveal what lasts. In that way, Saturn becomes not a burden, but a gift. The gift of support for the parts of you that are finally aligned with who you're becoming. Together, these three forces are orchestrating an inner alignment that has the potential to shift the course of your path, not through dramatic events, but through subtle, soul-level choices. The convergence of Venus, the Moon, and Saturn isn't about cosmic drama, it's about personal clarity. It's asking whether the parts of you that desire, the parts that feel, and the parts that build are finally willing to move together in the same direction. And if they are, if your energy is calibrated to your truth, then what you begin now may become one of the most meaningful turning points of your journey. This week's energy is magnetic, quite literally. Your aura, the subtle field of energy that surrounds and emanates from you, is being amplified in a way that others can feel, even if they don't fully understand why. You may notice people staring at you longer than usual, responding to you more intensely, or even reaching out unexpectedly. You might find that your presence has an impact before you've even said a word. That's not an illusion. That's your energy speaking before you do. Right now, you're not just moving through life. You're transmitting. Every thought, every emotional undercurrent, every unresolved tension or quiet confidence is vibrating outward from your field like a signal, and the people around you are responding to that frequency, often without knowing it. This isn't about manipulation or control. It's about alignment. The more attuned you are to your truth, the clearer and more coherent your aura becomes, and the clearer your personal magnetism becomes too. Because of this, you'll likely find yourself being drawn towards certain people with a sudden intensity. Some may feel inexplicably familiar, as though you've known them before. You might even experience moments of soul recognition, brief but undeniable, where someone feels like a missing piece. On the other hand, you may also feel repelled by others you once tolerated. Long-standing friendships or dynamics could suddenly feel energetically off, like they no longer match who you are becoming, and that's not something to ignore. This week acts as a kind of spiritual filtration process. It isn't about being social or unsocial, it's about resonance. Your field is being recalibrated to align with your soul's evolution, and as a result, you're being called to be more discerning. Trust the way your body reacts around people. Notice when you feel at ease, when you can breathe more deeply, when you feel seen without having to explain. Likewise, take note of the tension, the discomfort, or the energetic heaviness that lingers after certain interactions. These are not mood swings. They are guidance signals. Your nervous system is receiving information that your mind hasn't yet named. What this really means is that you're not being asked to judge others, but to listen to your own frequency. Are the connections in your life helping you expand into who you're meant to be, or pulling you back into who you used to be? Are you surrounding yourself with people who recognize your essence, or with those who require you to shrink, dim, or perform? This isn't just about people. It extends to opportunities, environments, even ideas. You may find yourself turning down things you once thought you wanted simply because they no longer feel aligned. That's the test. Not whether something looks good, but whether it resonates, whether it matches the frequency you're choosing to live from now. So this week, let your energy speak. Don't chase what doesn't feel right, and don't overanalyze what draws you in naturally. The right people, places, and paths will recognize you because they're vibrating at the same truth. The magnetic pull isn't a coincidence. It's the universe reflecting you back to yourself and what you're becoming. There's something else happening behind the scenes this week, something quieter but deeply sacred. You are being watched, not by people, not by the outside world, but by something far greater, a presence, a consciousness, a higher intelligence that exists beyond space and time. Call it the universe, source, God, spirit, whatever name resonates with your soul. This is not surveillance, it is reverence. In this moment, your soul is being witnessed with the kind of attention that is rare and holy. This is not the scrutiny of judgment or correction. This is the still, unwavering gaze of something ancient and loving, taking note not of your accomplishments or your image, but of your frequency, the truth of who you are beneath it all. Every time you choose honesty over illusion, alignment over convenience, courage over comfort, this presence sees you and it responds. There are moments in life where we feel exposed. Not in a vulnerable way, but in a way that strips away the masks we wear to fit in or survive. This is one of those moments. The energy of this triple conjunction is peeling back the outer layers and revealing the essence of who you are becoming. Not for show, not for performance, but so that the universe can meet you there. Not who you're pretending to be, not who you think you need to be, but who you actually are when no one is watching. That's the version being seen right now, and it is enough. You might notice this presence in subtle ways. A quiet moment where you feel completely held for no reason. A sudden wave of emotion that washes over you without explanation. A synchronistic message, or a feeling that the timing of something is impossibly perfect. These are not accidents. They are signs that you are being received, that your energy is echoing out into the fabric of the universe and being reflected back, not just with outcomes, but with acknowledgement. This is the moment where your aura becomes a conversation with creation itself. And it's not one-sided. When the universe sees you clearly, when your soul vibrates without distortion or defense, it begins to move, not just around you, but on your behalf. Mountains begin to shift, pathways begin to open, energetic obstacles dissolve, not because you forced your way through, but because your alignment has become undeniable. And so, if you've felt raw lately, if you've found yourself in moments of unexpected emotion, clarity, or even stillness, know that these are not just personal experiences. They are spiritual responses, evidence that you are being seen, not just for what you do, but for the quiet power of who you are. The energy you carry now is sacred. You don't have to prove it, you don't have to perform it, you only have to honor it. Because when the universe sees you in your truth, it begins to conspire in your favor in ways you couldn't have planned. What happens next may not arrive with fanfare or lightning, but it will be real, and it will be yours. This moment, this rare celestial alignment, is not here to give you answers. It's here to open the door to deeper questions. It doesn't arrive wrapped in clarity or clear instructions. Instead, it arrives in the form of a pause, a tremble, a subtle shift that stirs something inside you. And that stirring is not confusion, it's activation. You may feel the urge to figure it all out, to define what this week is meant to teach you or where it's supposed to take you. But the truth is, you're not meant to understand everything right now. The energy of this triple conjunction isn't a conclusion, it's a beginning. It's the prologue to a chapter that hasn't been written yet, a chapter that will be authored not just by your choices, but by your alignment with what is real. And so the real invitation isn't to act, it's to be honest, to meet yourself exactly where you are, without rushing to fix, explain, or transform it. You're not behind, you're not lost. You're exactly where the turning begins. And if you sit with that truth without resisting it, you'll feel it. A subtle but powerful sense that something has shifted in the atmosphere of your life. You won't know what it is yet, and that's okay. That's part of how transformation works. It moves in silence before it takes form. You don't need to have a plan. You don't need to chase a timeline. You simply need to keep returning to what is real within you. The more you honor that, the more life will begin to align around it. Over time, you'll look back, not just on this day, but on this inner state, and realize, this was the moment everything began to change, not because something dramatic happened outside you, but because something quietly aligned inside you. So trust the unknown, trust the space between the steps, trust the part of you that's waking up, even if it doesn't have language yet. Some chapters don't begin with clarity, they begin with a feeling, a sense that something is shifting under the surface. A new path doesn't always announce itself with certainty. Sometimes, it starts with a question you finally become willing to ask. Let that be enough. Because it is. And because from here, everything real can begin. Thank you for walking through this moment with me. If you've made it this far, know that it's not by chance. The energy we're in right now is subtle, sacred, and deeply personal, and if something inside you stirred while listening, that's the sign. You're not just witnessing a cosmic event, you're participating in it. Your awareness, your presence, your honesty with yourself, that is the activation. As we move forward from this rare alignment of the Moon, Venus, and Saturn, don't rush to label what's unfolding. Let the energy continue to work on you, around you, and through you. Let yourself listen more than you explain, feel more than you plan. Trust that the seeds being planted now, through your choices, your intuition, and your willingness to stay open, will bloom when the timing is right. You may not know exactly where this is leading, but you don't have to. What matters is that you're meeting this moment with presence and integrity. That alone is enough to shift your path in profound ways. So take a deep breath, be gentle with yourself, and remember, some of the most beautiful chapters begin in silence, in stillness, and in the quiet decision to be true to who you really are. Until next time, take care and keep listening to the sky. It always has something to say.